Listen, if you're a real estate agent right now and you're sitting around waiting for listings to magically fall into your lap, then you're already losing. The market does not care about your excuses. As of April of 2026, total existing home inventory was sitting at 1.47 million units. That's up almost 6% from the previous month, with about a 4.5 month supply of unsold homes. So what that means is that inventory is moving, okay? Sellers are making decisions, and agents who know how to create listing opportunities are the ones that are going to win. The other thing is that NAR reports the average realtor earns about $58,000 annually, while agents with 2 years or less of experience average just $8,000. Let me ask you something. Are you in this business just to make $8,000, or are you here to dominate your market? Because listings are the game, okay? Listings create leverage. Listings create buyers. Listings create authority. Listings make people believe that you are the go-to agent. So today, I want to give you real ideas to go out and get listings. Not theory, not cute motivation, not just post more on Instagram and hope. I'm talking about practical moves that you can start using immediately. One of the biggest problems most agents have is that they're not talking to enough homeowners. They're not giving enough value. They're not creating enough conversations. And worst of all, they don't have a system. Okay. I've closed hundreds of deals, investment deals. I've worked with sellers, investors, commercial clients, probate leads, luxury opportunities, off-market deals. And I can tell you this, listings don't just come from being licensed. Listings come from positioning. They come from conversations. Listings come from solving problems before another agent even knows the problem exists. So let's get into it. The first place I want you to go is your database. Don't tell me I've already posted that I'm in real estate. Okay, that's weak. Your database doesn't need another announcement. They need a reason to see you as valuable. Here's what you do, okay? Send a message to every person in your warm network that says, hey, I'm putting together a private homeowner update for people in our area showing what homes are actually selling for and what buyers are paying attention to and what sellers need to know before they make a move. Want me to send it over? That's it. Not do you want to sell? Not do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? That makes you sound like every other desperate agent, okay? You want to lead with value. A strong sphere of influence strategy should give people context on how you can help them, not just tell them that you have a license, okay? The MMG framework emphasizes starting with warm contacts, giving them specific value adds, and then nurturing those relationships through consistent follow-up. The money is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the CRM. The agents who win are not always the most talented, but they are always the most consistent. Secondly is for sale by owners, but it's how you approach for sale by owners. Most agents approach them like amateurs. They say, hey, do you want me to list your house? Of course they're going to say no. They're already trying to avoid using an agent, so stop trying to sell them. Instead, offer them tools. So say something along the lines of, I saw you're selling the property yourself, Mr. or Mrs. Seller. I'm not calling to pressure you. I actually put together a seller marketing checklist that shows the photos, the pricing strategy, buyer follow-up, showing process, and negotiation points that most owners miss when selling privately. Want me to send it over? You see, now you're not attacking their decision, you're positioning yourself as a resource. And when they get tired, when buyers waste their time, when inspections become a nightmare, when they realize that selling a home is not just throwing it online and waiting, who do you think they're going to call? It's the agent who gives value first. So the GLC, or Getting Listings Creatively, I like to call it source that we offer here at the Agent Growth Lab, we make the same point. FSBO sellers often already want to sell, but they may need help seeing the value an agent brings through marketing, pricing, and saving effort and time. All right. Third, I want to talk about expired listings. All right. Expired listings are not cold leads. They're failed missions, I like to call them, right? They're people who already raised their hand and said, I want to sell, okay? But something went wrong. The price was wrong. Marketing was weak. Maybe the follow-up was bad. The photos could have been terrible. The agent didn't know how to negotiate. Okay, so here's what your angle should be. I'm not calling to relist your home, Mr. or Mrs. Seller. I'm calling because when a home doesn't sell, there's usually a specific reason. I like to show you the 3 things I would review before ever putting your home back on the market. You see, that's a whole different conversation. You're not begging, you're diagnosing. Great agents don't chase listings. They identify problems that sellers already have, and then they show up with a better plan. Idea number 4 I have for you guys is Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Okay, agents sleep on this. People who post homes, rentals, land, off-market properties, or investment opportunities on these platforms are often signaling intent. Maybe they're testing the market. Maybe they don't know what their property is worth. Maybe they're trying to avoid commissions. Maybe they inherited something. Maybe they're an investor looking to unload. The GLC material specifically identifies Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist as places where sellers may post because it's easy and where agents can begin conversations by offering help and demonstrating market value. So your message should be simple here, okay? I saw your property posted. I'm curious, are you trying to sell it directly, test the market, or would you be open to seeing what a stronger marketing strategy could do for your final number? That one question tells you everything. Are they serious? Are they curious? Are they frustrated? Are they motivated? Your job is not to convince everybody. Your job is to find intent. The fifth option I want to share with you guys is a short VSL, a video sales letter. Okay, most agents are still sending postcards that say just sold. Nobody cares about that. Okay, homeowners care about one thing. Can this agent help me make a better decision? So you're going to create a 3 to 5 minute video called Before You Sell Your Home in X Market, Watch This First. And then in that video, you're going to explain what buyers are looking for right now, what pricing mistakes sellers are making, why some homes are sitting, why your marketing process is different, how sellers can protect their equity. Then you're going to run it as an ad, send it to your database, post it in local groups, then you email it to homeowners, use it in follow-up. This is powerful because it positions you before the appointment. The MMG philosophy identifies VSLs as a high leverage tool because they let agents communicate specific value, build authority quickly, and use the same asset both organically and through paid ads. All right, that's leverage, that's positioning. That's how you stop sounding like every other agent begging for business. The next strategy I want to share with you are investors. Okay, most residential agents ignore investors because they don't understand them. It's a big mistake. Investors create repeat opportunities. They buy, they sell, they refer. They also know distressed owners, they know landlords, they know off-market opportunities, they know people who need speed, certainty, or creative solutions. So if you want more listings, become valuable to investors. Learn what a cap rate is, a cash-on-cash return, renovation numbers. Learn what actually makes a deal work. When you understand the investment side, you become more than a retail agent. You become a market operator, okay? And that really matters. MMG's positioning is built around this exact advantage, combining residential sales, commercial, real estate, investing, off-market deals, probate, wholesaling, flipping, and investor acquisition into a broader real estate skill set that most traditional agents don't have. Most agents only know how to open doors, okay? You need to know how money moves, all right? Seventh is open houses. I want you to stop treating open houses like you're just there to find buyers. The real opportunity is the neighborhood. Before the open house, door knock or call around the listing and say, we're holding an open house this weekend at 123 Main Street, and I wanted to personally invite the neighbors because the activity on this home will give us a strong read on what buyers are willing to pay in the neighborhood. Now, you're not asking for business, you're creating curiosity. After the open house, follow up with something along the lines of, we had X amount of groups come through, the feedback was this, and buyers were most interested in these features. Want me to send you a quick estimate of where your home would likely sit in today's market? That's how an open house becomes a listing machine. So here's the bottom line. You don't need more motivation. You need more conversations. You need a database strategy, for sale by owner follow-up, expired listing diagnosis, marketplace prospecting, VSL positioning, investor relationships, open houses that create neighborhood authority. Okay, listings are not found, they are created. The agent who creates the most value, creates the most conversations, and follows up the longest is the agent who wins. So if you're serious about building a real business, not chasing one deal at a time, not living paycheck to paycheck, commission to commission, not waking up every month wondering where the next lead is coming from, then it's time to build the system, because there's always a price to pay. You either pay it now with discipline, structure, and action, or you pay it later with a consistency, stress, and an empty pipeline. You choose.